What's up, Redline Junkies? My name is Daquan. Today, I'm redoing a video that I posted, I think like 2 weeks ago, about the 6 dislikes about my 2021 BMW x3m. I know the audio was bad because I forgot my mic that day, but we're gonna redo the video, probably use some clips and things from the previous video. But without further ado, let's get into it. Redline Junkies, so like I said, this is gonna be 6 dislikes about my 2021 BMW x3m competition. Now, like I said already as well, I already did this video. I'm remaking this video because people, plenty of people have commented on the video saying, hey, could you please redo the audio? I really want to watch this video, so I'm redoing this video for you guys. So first, vehicle is not loud enough. Now, I'm gonna use a clip from the previous video to show you guys what it sounds like in the back. First is the vehicle is not loud enough for what it is. This is a 500, almost 600 horsepower vehicle. It's a performance vehicle. It's extremely fast. Even in this day and age where we have Hellcats and all types of other vehicles, this caliber of vehicle is very nice. It's European. It does have a great sound, and when you're in sport mode and you're really, I mean, you're at 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 RPM, by all means, the car is loud. It's not like Mopar loud or anything like that, but the car is loud. But I want it loud when remote start happens. I want it loud when I just get in it and start it up. I want loud no matter what. I want to be able to open my valves. This is an exhaust button here, but it honestly doesn't do really much. Comfort, efficiency, eco, sport, sport plus. Even when you first put it in sport plus or sport, it doesn't really change that much on how the vehicle sounds. But hey, maybe that's just me. Maybe people like, you know, a quiet car. And I understand where BMW is marketing this to. They might not want, you know, a loud vehicle. But for me, if I'm going to have a performance vehicle, I think that's part of the package. The looks, the performance, and I think that's all about the package that you put it in. So that's number one. Exhaust, loudness. Number two. Now, I got my little notepad here. Compared to its M3 counterpart, and for all you guys that don't know, this is an M3. It's essentially an M3. It's called an X3, but that's just because BMW names their SUVs X's first. This has the same engine. It was actually, this vehicle came out in 2018. This engine was made for the new M3 before it came out. Forged internals and a bunch of other stuff. Compared to its counterpart M3, it does not have the same options. And like I said, again, now I understand where BMW's marketing this to, and those people might not want those options. But someone like me, and I'm pretty sure there's other people out there, want the M3 options. They just want it in an SUV package. And I'll go through a few of those options, you know, here. About 6 options, and tell you guys exactly what you can get in M3 opposed to this vehicle, even for the 2022 model year. So number one, the M Shadow Line lights. Now in the 2022, I will give them, it looks a little more aggressive, and if you guys haven't seen the 2022, please go check out my video, 2022 BMW x3m competition. But the headlights need to have that M Shadow Line treatment, which is essentially, you can call it like an AMG black appearance. Like, it just smokes out the headlights. And I think that makes vehicles look more aggressive. I think it looks amazing on pretty much any vehicle that you put it on. I had it on my Hyundai Elantra. I believe it was somewhat on my Charger, even my Grand Cherokee and things like that. The M shadow line lights would look amazing on this, and I'll throw up pictures beside me, either on this side or this side, showing you exactly what those M shadow line lights look like. But I think that would be amazing. M shadow line lights, laser lights. Now this is shown by the blue plastic piece in your headlights that is not even available in the 2022 model year. Now when they redo, this is just an LCI for 2022. When they redo the whole X3M, they might include those laser lights. And I know in European countries that laser lights are a lot more sophisticated, but we at least have high beams over here in the States, the US, and I want those laser lights. It's a $1,000 option on the M3. I feel like it should be an option on the X3, especially an X3, when these are usually, the SUVs are usually more luxurious than the cars are. So I feel like you should at least give us that. I mean, in the X5 you can get the crystal shifter. I don't believe in the M5 you can get a crystal shifter. Or a 5 Series, you can get a crystal shifter. I haven't looked much at the 5 Series, so don't quote me on that. But these are SUVs, they're usually more luxurious. So that's that. The M carbon bucket seats. So you guys can see my seats. I wish they were black again. But the M carbon bucket seats, which are supposed to be more bolster, and these seats do bolster you in. But I believe that I wish I could get the M carbon bucket seats. And I don't even like bucket seats, if I'm being honest. I'm not a bucket seat person at all. They're usually uncomfortable. They're usually only for the track. You usually don't get that many options in them that you can move them and bolster, and I have back issues, so I need lumbar support and all those different things. I usually don't get bucket seats, but those M carbon bucket seats, they look amazing in the M3, M4 variants, and I wish that I could get them in my X3. I just think it would be cool. You can get different colors in them and all types of stuff. I believe that would be a cool option. The M carbon ceramic brakes, they're gold. On the M carbon ceramic brakes, you'll know because they're gold and they look a little bit bigger to me. They might not be, but they look a little bigger and a little more beefier. I feel like the fact that I can get that in a M3 and an M4, and I understand they're made for track purposes. If you're not tracking your car, you don't really need them, but I would at least like the option. This vehicle probably soon will be getting tuned, and I would at least like to be able to be like, hey, look, I got the M carbon ceramic, even if it's just the look of them, and I know I can paint my brake calipers gold. But at the end of the day, I feel like that should be an option. The interiors, they got way more interior colors on the M3. And then lastly, more exterior colors. Way more colors on the M3. I'm not exactly sure why that is the case. At least they gave us San Paulo yellow for 2022, but they took away one of our famous grays for it. I just feel like compared to the M3, this vehicle should have more options because it's priced at the same price point competitively with that vehicle, and that vehicle has more options. What's going on, BMW? Come on now. That's number 2. Compared to its M3 counterpart, feel like it should have more options. Number 3, the rear wheel bias X drive system. I am not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. The cornering of it is not that great. And just at certain times, you can just tell that it's biased. If you're in this car and you take a curb too fast and you hit it, you can tell that most of the power is in the back. It's just, when it's raining outside and things like that, yeah, it can send power to the front wheels and do like that. But I'm not a big fan of the rear wheel drive bias system. I purposely am going all wheel drive in all my vehicles now. Did rear wheel driving, yeah, they're fun track cars and every now and again drivers, but an everyday car, I don't want to drive a rear wheel drive car. But hey, maybe that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, especially about all of this as I continue. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about that. and your expectations, your conclusions and experiences with the BMW's xDrive system, the turbo lag is number 4. Along with the vehicle not being extremely fun when it's in the lower end settings, meaning not Sport Plus. This vehicle, as in any turbo vehicle, except for the Porsches, which do great in like no turbo lag and building boost. And yeah, the 2022 model year, the way they got it set up, it builds boost a little better. But these vehicles spooling up boost, this, especially the 2021, is a little difficult building up. And if you're not in Sport Plus, the turbo lag is just not there. It's literally, and I kid you not, it's literally like this. And I hope you guys can see this. It's literally like this. Sport Plus, floor it, you know what I'm saying? And it's literally, you know, even if you're building up boost, floor it, and it's like, yeah. Excuse me, but that's essentially how it is in all its modes. Even in Sport Plus, which is supposed to be its highest mode, it's literally like, yeah, and like all of a sudden it just hits and pulls you back. Now, that might be fun and it might be cool and it might look cool on the streets. You know, people are like, dang, that fast. But to a normal driver, it might feel cool. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh my God, this car has power. But I kind of want a linear line. It can hit, but like I don't want it to hit so hard that like it's literally like I'm smashing it and I feel like I'm driving a normal car and then it's just like I'm a race car. I kind of want something else. And do keep in mind, guys, like I said, as we're on number 4, these are just my opinion, and they're not necessarily, you know, it might be first world problems as they say, but I just feel like this car could get a little better for what it is, because it's an amazing car and there's nothing competing against it. It's not in Mercedes or anywhere else. So I definitely think that this platform is amazing. So don't get me wrong, I've loved this car since I've had it. But like I said, the turbo lag and the fun factor of this vehicle is just not there when it's not in Sport Plus. And it goes with the loudness as well, unless you're hitting 5, 6, 7,000 RPM in this vehicle. But hey guys, like I said, that's just me. Number 5, this vehicle looks like an X3. And I have a drone now, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the drone out. I actually have footage already, so I'll just use that footage, or I might pull the drone out. I don't know. I just got the drone, so I'm kind of like wanting to use it and get used to it for like when I start shooting other footage. But this car looks like a regular X3. Besides the Brembo brakes, 6-piston in the front and the single piston in the back and the quad tip exhaust and the mirrors, which you can put on a regular X3 if you really want to do that, this vehicle looks normal. Oh yeah, and then the mesh grille where the air intakes are in the front, it looks like a regular X3. You know how many times I hear, oh, that's a cool X3, that's a nice X3. But it's not just an X3. And this one, let alone, it's just not an X3. This is top of the line X3. X3M, don't forget the M. Don't forget the competition. When people buy these caliber of cars, they want people to be like, dang, what is that? I want one of those. And I think that BMW is missing, I mean, cut some vents in the hood, or, you know, I'm not saying go, I mean, it's the same issue that's with the Trackhawk. I mean, lower it some, or, I mean, something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a car designer at this point, but I believe this car could be so much more aggressive than it is. The rims itself, I think, could be more aggressive. Come on, BMW. you can do better than this. You make some great, amazing cars, some performance cars. This car should look more aggressive. And when I go get an X3M or X3M competition, I feel like nobody, if I park my mess beside a regular X3, yeah, you're gonna be able to tell the difference if you really look at it. But I want people to see it from afar. Like if a drone's coming in or you see it from way down there or something like that, I want people to be like, bro, I believe those are 2 X3s, but I'm not sure. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even if you look at the X5M and the X5, these vehicles all look the same. The X1, the X2, everything except for the X7. And even the X7 and usually, you know, has a little look just like this. I feel like all people get these different cars, you know what I'm saying? You get an X3M, you get an X3, X3M 40i, an X3M, an X3M competition. I feel like you get the different brands because you also want a different look. It's not just for the engine. We're not Mopar here, guys. Come on, BMW. And you're not the only one that does it. A lot of car makers make the Audi with the RS3 that essentially looks like an A3. You know? The Trackhawk essentially looks like a regular Grand Cherokee. You guys see my high altitude. It essentially looks just like it. So, come on, BMW. But hey, as usual, guys, that's just my 2 cents. Now, number 6. And I was struggling if I wanted to make a separate video about this. And I might still do that because that's that, you know what I'm saying, just to have its own category and things like that. But fuel economy, I'll at least touch on it. That's my number 6. This car is not really amazing in fuel economy. And I know people don't buy these cars for fuel economy and things like that, but I definitely know people who have these cars that really want the fuel economy. They daily drive this vehicle just like me, and they want the fuel economy. Me, my boy Tony, and other people want the fuel economy. It's rated at 14 in the city, 19 on the highway, 17.2 gallon tank, and it has a range usually around 240, 41 in the city, and 330 on the highway, and 93 octane. 93 burns, obviously, you know, better in mostly usually in premium vehicles here in the US, but I don't get that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't usually hit this vehicle like that because a lot of times lately, I mean, since I done had it, I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of over it, kind of over the power every now and again. It is a performance vehicle, so you do want to put it through its paces. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I usually just drive this like it's a regular X3. If I'm really being honest, I really just drive this like a regular X3, a regular SUV. That's literally why I bought it, for the practicality of it, and things like that. But then I can still smoke somebody on the streets. But the fuel economy is just not that great. Now, I'll be making a video later on Beamer code, and then the race chip that you can put in here that gives you an eco mode. If you do Beamer code, you can code in Eco Individual or Eco Plus, I believe, which I have my vehicle starting up in Eco Plus now, or no, Eco Individual now. So I think it gives a little better gas mileage. I have to test. MPG video definitely will be coming soon, like I said. But guys, fuel economy could be better. And in the race chip, you have eco mode that you can put it in along with it tunes it, but you can also have eco mode and still gives you that performance and that fun factor even in eco mode. Guys, you know, maybe that's just, I mean, maybe it's just me, but hey, you know, I started this channel to give you the real deal, 100% normal everyday Joe, everyday guy, woman kind of videos. That's my everyday kind of feeling on this thing. It should have better fuel economy for what it is. But that's number 6, guys, and I'll run through these again, and also put aids in there as well when I edit the video. But number 1, exhaust not loud enough, and you can't. And the control button for the flaps doesn't really do much. Number 2, compared to its M3 counterpart, whatever you want to call it, sister, brother, twin, whatever you want to call it, does not have enough options. I want those options, BMW. Number 3, the rear-wheel drive, X-Drive, all-wheel drive system from BMW, not that great, especially around corners, and you can really feel it when weather's not optimal. Number 4, turbo lag issues, sport. The vehicle's not that fun if you're not in Sport Plus and just killing it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't build your boost, you know what I'm saying, your takeoff is a little rocky there. And I've taken this vehicle to the drag strip, so I know. I've reached 164 miles an hour in this vehicle, which is speed limit to 177, has 200 on the dash. I know. I put this car through its paces, as I do every vehicle that I get. Put it through its paces. I want to see what it can do, what it's rated at. You know, the quickest I got it was a 12.4. It's rated at 11.6, but we gonna get there, and it's gonna get tuned. But that's number 4. Number 5, the looks. I don't want to look like your mom's X3. I mean, I guess, you know, just say it like that. I don't want it to look like your mom's X3 down the street. You know, when people driving through the neighborhood, they be like, oh, you know, a lot of people got X3s in this neighborhood. No. Everybody else got X3s. I got an X3m. I got an X3m competition. I paid more. I got more. This is a beast of a machine. I mean, you guys seen it. You guys know. You see the stats. You see what I've done with it. You see what other people have done with it. This is an amazing vehicle. I want it to look amazing as well. And also to add to that, you know what I'm saying, 21-inch rims. There's no 22-inch rim option or no 20-inch rim option unless you get the regular X3m. And then you have fuel economy as number 6. But guys, as usual, like, subscribe, comment in the comment section below, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a moment, and I'll see you guys next time.